Number 1. Grey Hulk. There isn't another Hulk like Bruce Banner's most intriguing alter ego, Joe Fixit. You're familiar with the Green Hulk, the large, ferocious force that doesn't hesitate to smash through obstacles. Joe Fixit is not that guy. He's not a fan of outright destruction. He's most often seen as a Las Vegas enforcer who's as smart as he is strong. With his sharp outfit, sharper mind, and edge, you wouldn't want to cross Joe Fixit. He's a scary dude. Let's start from the beginning. The Hulk wasn't green when Stan Lee and Jack Kirby first presented him in The Incredible Hulk #1 in 1962. He was intended to be gray. He got green because of a printing problem, and that's history. However, the original Grey Hulk was a completely different creature, smaller, more crafty, and not with the same unrestrained beast energy. Marvel revived the Grey character years later, giving him a completely new identity and renaming him Joe Fixit. Though he lacks the Green Hulk's strength, Joe Fixit makes up for it with his intelligence and street smarts. Picture him more like a well-dressed wise guy than a raging beast. Joe is not above cheating and manipulating to get ahead. The guy is ruthless in pursuing his goals. He's the type of person who dominates the system and doesn't worry about things like breaking the law. Let's not forget about the suits. Joe Fixit wears flashy clothes that makes him look like he owns the world. It's really different from his green counterpart's tattered purple pants. This iteration of the Hulk matches his gray skin with an equally gray moral code. Joe Fixit is especially different from the OG Hulk in that he does not lose his temper. He's cold, calculating, and perfectly in control. Joe Fixit isn't merciless though. He harbors deep loyalties. He takes action when someone he loves is in jeopardy or when a threat gets too close. He's not acting heroically though. The goal is to safeguard his interests. His unpredictable nature stems from the fact that he's not a good guy in the conventional sense. Your best bet of getting his help is if it serves his goals. Joe Fixit is first on our list because he is perhaps the least like anything we've come to expect from the Hulk. But then, what about a Hulk that's like a big angry solar panel? Number 2. Orange Hulk. The Orange Hulk from Earth 295 in Age of Apocalypse is one of the weirder versions of the character. Instead of being powered by rage and gamma radiation like our boy Big Green, this guy gets his juice from the sun. Yeah, we're not sure how that works either. The Orange Hulk is a walking solar battery. He gets stronger as he absorbs more solar radiation. It doesn't take rage or adrenaline to get things going. First appearing in Uncanny X-Force #12, this guy calls himself Solar Hulk. His origins are not well known because Earth 295 is a nightmare, but we do know he serves the Black Legion under Weapon Omega, which means that Solar Hulk is not your friend, unless you're close with Apocalypse somehow. Solar Hulk is mostly a mystery, but we know he's a vicious killer that fits right into the horrifying reality of Earth 295. But terrible Airbnb locations aside, let's move on to something more comfortable, like number 3, the Green Hulk. The most well-known iteration of Bruce Banner's irradiated rage monster has to be the Green Hulk. At this point, we've all seen some version of this guy, whether it was on Saturday morning cartoons, Mark Ruffalo eating tacos, or even good old Lou Ferrigno. The Green Hulk is iconic, so much so that we don't need to say he's green because that's just the Hulk. The product of intense gamma radiation exposure, the Hulk got his coloring from a printing error, but it worked so well that by Incredible Hulk #2 in 1962, that was his main color palette. The Hulk is one of Marvel's great icons, so he's seen a lot of action over the years. We know he theoretically has no upper limit to his strength because the more angry he gets, the more adrenaline he produces, and the stronger and more durable he gets. Dude is the original too angry to die guy. The Hulk has been described as the most powerful mortal entity in the Marvel Universe when he exercises his full potential. The Hulk has withstood several times the impact of Ground Zero nuclear explosions and tanked Cyclops' full-power I-beam, a laser strong enough to bisect a small planet with just minor injuries. We could go on for days about all the things the Hulk can do and all of the things that can't fully kill him. I say fully because he can straight up resurrect himself. But there are some drawbacks to being the big green monster. The obvious one being Bruce Banner's undiagnosed dissociative identity disorder. The Hulk is what happens when mental illness meets comic book science and creates a beast made of pure rage. The worst news is that when the Hulk rages out, he doesn't necessarily distinguish friend from foe. You might get a Hulk smash just for standing too close. After all, most of what the Hulk wants is to be left alone. He doesn't necessarily want to hurt people, but they just keep on poking him. Number 4. Red Hulk. The Red Hulk, often known as Rulk, is one of the most intriguing and surprising iterations of the Hulk. Readers were instantly captivated by him when he made his debut in Incredible Hulk #1 in 2008. This was very different from another Hulk slamming his way through the issues. The Red Hulk's strength is not his only source of power. His body heats up to abnormal degrees as his anger increases, making him a walking fire that can melt everything that stands in his way. He's a peculiar and horrifying presence for that reason alone. His secret identity only served to heighten his mystique. The Red Hulk was even more fascinating because, for a while, no one knew who he was. Everybody was shocked to learn that he was General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, the father of Betty Ross and Bruce Banner's lifelong foe, devoted to destroying what he perceived as a threat in the Hulk. Ross had been seeking the Green Hulk for years. He even underwent a covert military experiment that turned him into the thing he hated most. Ross took the idea of fight fire with fire to a whole new level. The Red Hulk is a very different beast to the Green Hulk, who depends on unfiltered rage. Ross has a military mentality. He's calculating, strategic, and brutal. He's skilled at using his power precisely. The Red Hulk also doesn't hold back like Banner does. What's worse, he controls his transformation at will, so either he's always angry, or he's so disciplined that he can just turn it on and off whenever he likes. The Red Hulk doesn't seem to have all the powers of the original recipe though. He can normally lift about 100 tons, which doesn't even come close to what Big Green can do, but he is in full control of his faculties, so that might be a decent trade-off. Not to mention the fact that he can give off enough heat radiation to microwave anybody close to him. The color kinda makes sense now. He's much less durable than Banner too. The Punisher was able to stab him easily, and he can overheat himself if he's not careful. And of course, powerful psychics can attack his mind since he doesn't have the same too angry to be controlled shield that Banner does. Next on our Rainbow Tour is number 5, the Purple Hulk. In 2012, Norman Osborn, yes, that Norman Osborn, decided to do some weird science. In Avengers 24, the guy we know as the Green Goblin gained the ability to absorb powers from others. Then, he got punched by the Red Hulk. Someone at Marvel didn't check the color wheel because last time I checked, you need blue to mix with red to get purple, but whatever. Chromatic aberrations aside, Purple Hulk is kind of crazy. Remember how Osborn has that Green Goblin persona telling him to do bad stuff? Now jack him up with Hulk powers and give him the power to absorb the abilities of anyone he touches. Luckily, Osborn's ambition was also his greatest weakness, because the Purple Hulk absorbed the powers of several Avengers, and it sort of melted him. But if you think that's wild, wait until you see number 6, the Blue Hulk. You know Captain Universe? The Unipower itself? The thing that combines with a Marvel character to make them basically omnipotent? Well, Blue Hulk is what happened when Captain Universe combined with Bruce Banner, and the result is kinda terrifying. As usual, Bruce was trying his best to be left alone in Captain Universe The Incredible Hulk #1. The Unipower merged with him and created the Blue Hulk, a being that was already basically limitless, taken completely to the next level. Hulk already has the potential for unlimited strength, but the Unipower is reality warping. It can be anything and grant any ability. In a way, it's good that the Hulk has the mind of a child, because that kind of power in the hands of someone who understands it can be universally apocalyptic. Luckily, the Unipower is sentient and wouldn't merge with just anybody, so it knew Banner was a good choice. The downside is that while the Blue Hulk is basically an almighty being, the power only lasts until the task it's needed for is completed. So, Banner got to experience the pure bliss of being at one with his various alter egos just long enough to remember how much it sucks when they're all split up again. But it could always be worse. For example, number 7, Brown Hulk, aka Devil Hulk. Bruce Banner had a rough childhood. His dad was abusive, and the Hulk was formed as a part of repressing that rage and trauma. That's why he's basically a gigantic muscular child. But Bruce also needed a father figure since his was doing a bad job, so he created this guy. The Brown Hulk represents Banner's mistrust of father figures and was made to protect him. So in 1999's The Incredible Hulk Volume 2, we caught our first glimpse of the Devil Hulk. This alter ego is straight up terrifying. Huge, scaly, cunning, and horrifyingly intelligent. Despite that, he's not inherently evil. He's ruthless and impulsive, but the thing he cares about most is protecting Bruce and anything he perceives as being childlike. Basically, he's the world's most terrifying father. Technically, he only comes out after multiple deaths and rebirths allow him to seal the other Hulk personas away, so we only really see Devil Hulk outside Banner's mind in Immortal Hulk Volume 1. The Devil Hulk, often called the Immortal Hulk, has all of Banner's intelligence and all the strength of the Green Hulk, which makes him one of the 3 dominant Hulk psyches within Banner. However, he can only come out at night, so luckily he can't run the show all the time. But it is terrifying to consider that Devil Hulk is more powerful than Big Green himself. What's worse than an immortal devil that's scarier than your repressed rage monster? Well, number 8, Black Hulk. Okay, so you know how the Hulk is a product of Bruce Banner's dissociative identity disorder and repressed rage? Well, what happens if you take it one level deeper than that? In 2014, we found out in Avengers and X-Men Axis number 4. Turns out the Hulk has his own Hulk, and his name is Cluh. Well, the name isn't scary, but everything else is. See, Cluh isn't just a set of muscles and repressed feelings. He's a fully independent entity who is vicious, hateful, and no fun at parties. Hulk failed to repress Cluh during the Axis storyline, and Cluh came out and took over. With black skin that looks like armor plating and fiery red scars, he makes Devil Hulk look like a chump. Cluh can do everything the Hulk can do, but with none of the restraint. See, Big Green gets angry when he's provoked, but he's not inherently mean. Cluh is different. The Black Hulk is one of the few characters that can be classified as pure evil, merciless and delighting in senseless destruction and carnage. He tried to eat Sam Alexander's arm just for vibes. Seriously, the Black Hulk was able to smash the Avengers easily, and it took a number of morality-inverted former villains to bring him down. So I guess the only thing that's worse than an unstoppable rage monster is an unstoppable rage monster that actually wants to smash everything. Yikes. And those are our major Hulk color variants. So, which one's your favorite? What do you want us to cover next? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives. See you in the next video.